would like to begin by introducing myself. I'm Joyce Fletcher. I'm the chairman of our Board of Education in Oldham County, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here for this exciting announcement. The Board of Education has worked diligently for several years with our central office personnel and with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and others to improve traffic safety on 1793. We are thrilled to announce the commitment from Kentucky Transportation Cabinet of $1,810,000 to begin design and construction of additional turn lanes on 1793. And I would be remiss in my job if I didn't also take this opportunity to mention that all of our campuses in Oldham County struggle with traffic congestion at drop-off and pickup times. This single road improvement will greatly improve traffic for the North Oldham schools and the surrounding community, particularly, as I said, at drop-off and pickup. We will continue to work on the project of the possibility of crossroads on 1793 because I know that a lot of our students, and some of which happen to be here, I know a lot of our students take advantage of walking from Longwood and other subdivisions across from the campus. So again, thank you all for being here. The Board of Education is extremely grateful to all of you who had a hand in making this project happen. I would now like to introduce the Superintendent of Oldham County Schools, Dr. Jason Radford.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Ms. Fletcher. It's so great to see everyone, and thank you for being here. Love seeing our students, and appreciate them being here as well. As with most of our schools, traffic can become very congested during morning drop-off and afternoon pickup. A dedicated turn lane will benefit the school community and the entire Goshen community. Traffic will flow better on 1793 during drop-off and pickup times, making it safer for everyone. Still, some pedestrian controls need to be addressed, which we hope to discuss further during the design phase and that part of this project. However, this is a great first step, and we are happy the state recognized this need and is partnering with us to make the entire corridor, which encompasses Harmony Elementary, North Middle, and North High, safer for the entire community. We always talk about Team Oldham and how it takes teachers, support staff, parents, local, and in this case, the governor and our state officials from Kentucky to make opportunities and to support our students in the safest manner, and this is a true example of that team effort. Thank you so much.
I would now like to introduce and welcome the County Judge Executive, Mr. David Vogel.
Governor Beshear, welcome to Oldham County.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you here today. If the census numbers ever come out, I expect our county to be increased in population by about 10,000 over the past decade. It doesn't take too long for the people who are moving to the Louisville region to hear about the quality of life in Oldham County and the success of our schools. In fact, our schools, I think, are probably the critical reason for the growth in our county. Although I know you've been our neighbor in Jefferson for a long time, you may not realize that state highways are the main arteries of transportation around this county. We have a lot of county roads, but they all connect to a state road, and all of our schools are on a state road. Now, we have a cluster concept here where we have this old elementary school, middle school, high school. We have 3 of these in Oldham County, and they all generate the traffic that you have heard of. I think what the gift that you're bringing today to me is like a a giant Tylenol pill. It's going to relieve a lot of headaches in this neighborhood, believe me. And I didn't take too long to hear from people over at Oldham County High School. Well, what about us? Well, I said the governor and his staff at KYTC are the legislature and the governor have authorized funding to get under the railroad track there. We're working with the CSX, with AT&T, and with someone else, LG&E. And working with these utilities and their schedules is a lot easier said than done, but it's moving forward. So the US 42 1793 intersection here is going to continue to have traffic. We have a new library that is being planned right across the street here. There's pressure in this area for more residential growth. More people are going to be coming around here. So the gift you're bringing today to us is critical. And I thank you very much for having the willingness to come here and share this with us. We're glad you're in our county today, and we thank you very much.
It's my pleasure now to welcome Speaker David Osborne.
Thank you, Joyce. Governor, thank you for being here. Always good to have you show up with a check, especially. You're welcome other times, but we like checks. But anyway, thank you for your commitment to this. I also want to recognize Secretary Jim Gray and the wonderful job he's doing at the Transportation Cabinet. That cabinet has done such a wonderful job of prioritizing the road plan that we passed in 2020, prioritizing spot corrections where we can take advantage to move monies forward, to speed up projects and get them built in the first 2 years instead of the normal 3 or 4 year process. And when complete, obviously this project is going to improve safety to this entire area, whether it be, as is mentioned, parents dropping kids off and picking them up every single day, as well as for commuters that are commuting through this area on a daily basis. As everybody knows, government's not the most agile entity, and projects like this don't happen real quickly. And they take the efforts of a lot of people, and I want to recognize a few of those. First of all, it's interesting, we stand in the shadow of the Longwood sign. I want to thank the residents of Longwood who have been advocating for this tirelessly for years. I think my first meeting with them was about 3 years ago, but they've been working on it long before that. And upon hearing about it, I want to give my thanks to Matt Bullock and his crew at District 5 Transportation for taking on this challenge to try to come up with a creative approach to solving some of these safety issues that are so prevalent here. Matt, thank you for being here, and thank you for taking this project on and being committed to it. Also want to thank Judge Vodel and Brent Likens, who continued to be committed to this. I think, Judge, if you'll remember, we even looked at amending state law to try to figure out how we could get traffic guards to man the area, which amazingly is against state law. Jason, welcome to Oldham County. But also want to give a shout out to former Superintendent Greg Schultz, who never missed the opportunity to talk about the importance in other school improvements or traffic improvements around Oldham County schools. And so appreciate you being here and welcome you to Oldham County. As I conclude, government often is accused of not working very well, and elected officials don't get along very well. And let's face it, those are sometimes true. But this was a group effort. This was a perfect example of things that go on around the state every single day, where we had local officials, school board officials, legislative and executive branches of state government working together, along with the execution of the cabinet. Governor, again, appreciate you being here, appreciate your leadership on this, and again, welcome you back anytime you want to bring a check.
All right.
I'm going to welcome you back anytime, Governor. Especially if we nosedive into another pandemic, I'm going to welcome you back, okay, Governor? I now have the pleasure of introducing Senator Karen Berg.
Good morning, everybody. It is absolutely wonderful to be able to be here in what honestly I believe is the best district in Kentucky for such a wonderful event. First of all, I want to say hello to the children because I'm not sure they can see us speaking. So good morning, children. Thank you for being here. And I really, really want to thank all of the elected officials, the cabinet, everybody who put their time and their energy, and the community members who saw a problem and said, we have to address this, and persevered and took the time. This is how we work together as a community. We see a problem, we figure out what we need to fix it, we make it better. And that's what your government and your elected officials are supposed to be doing for you. And I am just thrilled to be able to be here this morning with all of you all, and especially the children, because this is for their safety, this is for their education, and it's just a wonderful event. So I want to say thank you to everybody, particularly our governor, but all the elected officials who represent and serve Oldham County, because we work together. We work together as a family, and we share a commitment to this district and specifically to you, to the residents of this district, to do the best we can to serve you. That's what we're here for, and thank you very much.
I want to thank Speaker of the House David Osborne and Senator Berg, also Dr. Radford, for those very kind remarks and for keeping the spotlight on why we do what we do, which is for our students. And this project is incredibly important to maintaining safety for our students and for safe passage of our community as they go and come from work. So thank you, everybody. We have saved the best for last, and it is my great honor to introduce the Governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you to everybody that's helped make that happen. Thank you, Joyce, for your service and that kind introduction. Thank you to all of our educators. My goodness, from superintendents, school counselors, principals, everybody that's here today. It has not been easy to be an educator these last 16 months, but you all have been incredible. Thank you so much for your work. And thank you to all of our officials that are here today. This is government at its best. Today we're not fighting with each other. We're working together to do the right thing. And while I know a lot of time and attention is focused on when we don't agree, we had a lot of important agreement this session that is investing a lot of important dollars in infrastructure just like this. We were able to come together on an agreement for $1.1 billion of infrastructure investment. We made our first announcement in Shelbyville this last week, and as of Friday, that entire UI loan we had to take during the pandemic is fully paid off. But today is about Oldham County and this community, an exciting day where we get to invest not just in you, but in your kids. Now, I'm not just governor, I'm a dad of an 11 and a 12-year-old that now both of them just out of elementary school. I get it. The safety of our kids at any time, but especially getting to and from school, is absolutely paramount, and we have a responsibility to make sure that it's safe. Listen, in Kentucky, we do logistics really well, but our most precious cargo are our children. And getting into this building safely and out of it is something we have to get done. Today, we're making the investments to make sure that happens. Today's funds are discretionary funds. They're the type of funds that, as a governor, you really look at and you say, what is most important to me and what's most important to our state? And that was easy. As the Education First administration, these schools and the safety of these students are how we decided to direct nearly all of these dollars. And we did it in a nonpartisan way. We asked our engineers at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet to identify potential sites and types of projects. And as part of that process, they used GIS mapping, that is Geographical Information System Mapping, if you didn't know that, to map out all the schools in Kentucky. And then we layered over crash data. So we were really looking for who needed these funds the most and to get them for it. From all that work came a list of 70 safety projects in 44 counties, which is what brings us here today. It is my pleasure to be here today with a really big check for $1,810,000 to make this community safer. It represents a commitment to improve safety for pedestrians in addition to motorists by designing and constructing turn lanes out here on Route 1793. As the parents and the folks here know, 1793 is a two-lane road that serves as an access way to this campus, which comprises 3 schools, North Oldham High School, North Oldham Middle, and Harmony Elementary, where we are today. Any combination of schools and two-lane roads without turning lanes means traffic backing up and means people getting hurt. That is not a safe situation. The safety project is still in the early planning stages, and thank you to everybody who came out today to have their voice heard, and we hear you. I got today that we need a crosswalk, and we're going to make that happen. And to everybody else, make sure you wear out our transportation cabinet. No, this is your safety, and we want to be here to listen to you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that with this project, Kentuckians, Oldham Countyans will be better protected. And with that, I want to present this check, but if I can, I want to do it a little bit different. This is for our kids, right? Yes. You mind if we present the check to the kids? No. Will they come on up? 6th graders, who's ever held $1.8 million?
And if you have, don't.
Good to see you. If we want to, any of our officials that want to come up here and help with this, your safety means so much to us. So I'm now going to let you all hold a check for $1,810,000. Here you go. Yay. No problem. All right. Who's taking that to the bank? Well, again, I want to thank everybody here for their role in this project, from the speaker to our local officials. You know, when people put all the rest aside and just focus on doing right, this is what we see. And listen, we need these schools. This is an economy on fire, where just last week we announced 1,100 new jobs, including launching a new line at GE Appliances they said we couldn't make in America. We're going to have great opportunities for these kids moving forward. But that requires that they're well educated, they're safe, and that's what we're doing here today. Thank you all so much.
I think this concludes our presentation today. I want to thank Governor Beshear and everybody, our Transportation Cabinet guru. You better wave one more time so everybody can put a face with your name. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you so much, Governor.